All right. Hello, everybody. This is Eric from TopFlight Trades. It is March 8th, Sunday evening, and this is the weekend review. Let me adjust a couple things here. Make sure we're sounding okay. Sorry, I was just reading something there. All right, so welcome. Tonight, again, is the weekend review. Pretty much what we're going to do here tonight is kind of like usual. I'm going to go through my agenda real quick here. We're going to look at the market. I'm going to take a look at some of the premium picks, take a look at some of the watch list items, and then we'll open it up with some members to talk about some stocks and some charts and that type of thing. So I'll go quick over what I'm going to go through. And I guess my camera's over here. So thanks a lot for joining today. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Yeah, so the weather is beautiful out here in the Northwest, out here by Seattle. All the flowers are blooming. The cherry trees are blooming. The sun is out. And fortunately, I spent most of the weekend inside working, but getting a lot done. So anyways, okay, why don't we jump on into it? So I think let me pull this up here. Let me see if I got the chat thing is open. Never know if the chat actually works or not, but I do know the Q&A is usually always on. So let me check the Q&A. Okay. Nothing yet. Now, I know we have a couple people on right now, but it says there's no one here. So it must not ever tell the truth. I don't know. So, okay, I'm going to jump right into it. So again, this is Eric from TopFlight Trades. This is the weekend review. If you haven't been over to topflighttrades.com, come check it out. In the meantime, I'm going to dive right on in and get this stuff through, and then we are going to open it up to members. So, all right. Okay, so first off, take a quick look at the markets here. Okay, so here's the S&P on Friday. We had quite a day there. You could see it was down 1.42%. It's brought us right back down almost to the 50-day here and also the support area here. So we definitely on Friday broke through that support we had up here down to this other one. So we'll see what we do next week. I haven't got a real good look at what the markets are doing this evening yet. I think Japan's open. Yeah, so hopefully this week, again, with Monday tomorrow, I hope we start off the week strong and we bust through this and move on to higher ground again. So it would not be good to break through this and come on down to the 100-day or even this support line down here or the 200-day. Okay, and I was reading this week, and I don't have it printed in front of me, but investors.com, looks at the overall big picture of the market, and they've officially declared that the market it's still bullish and everything. Of course, the trend is not broken, but it's now under pressure after Friday's move. So, it's good to keep an eye on that, and I'll try to keep you abreast of that. So, yeah, so not a big deal if Monday's strong and we bounce out of here and take off and find new ground. So let's look at the NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ didn't get hit as hard as the S&P. So this doesn't look bad at all, does it? Obviously, we closed beneath our 13-day EMA that I have drawn in there in green. But, we're far from support and far from the 50-day and the other moving averages. Then we look at the Dow, and I think the Dow looks a lot weaker. Oh, yeah. Look at the Dow. So the Dow clearly broke through that support area and is coming down to the 50-day right now. So you make sure you guys can hear and see me. I did this one night. I remember I already checked my microphone, but I want to make sure that you guys can see and hear me. Where are you? All right. Okay, I think you can. Okay, I see volume. So, all right. Let me get back to my thing here. Okay, so what we're going to look at. So as far as the premium picks, last week was an awfully thin week for premium picks. I think we only had, how many did we have? 3, 4 new ones all week. Not many. We normally have, usually, I try to, I don't try to necessarily populate them with premium picks all the time whenever there's some. When the market's weak, it's hard to really come up with some good winning picks. Ones that you can stand by, and even consider throwing money at. So I think Wednesday and Thursday didn't have any. There weren't any on my list that were doing anything of any real strength. And again, some of you are probably expecting to see premium picks those days, but again, I mean, looking at the markets here, I don't want to just create a premium pick just to create a product and have it fail. So I'm trying to pull it up here. So looks like as far as the premium picks, we had 4 this week. On the first, we had CGNX. We'll go through these two. We had CGNX, HDB, MMS, and AMBA. So why don't we look at those real quick? So AMBA. Okay, so I am in AMBA right now myself. So Thursday we had quite a pullback there after this big gain here. We had earnings come out, did well, and then of course it sold off some. But Friday, we kind of battled and hung in there. So this looks all good to me. Technically, we're still in the green. Yeah, hold tight. AMBA is a real strong company. If you read in my post, I have strong confidence in this company. So I don't worry about this at all. If we get down in the red area, I might wonder a little bit and start taking a look at support and the moving averages, but I really don't think we're going to get there, especially now we had last week behind us. I think next week's going to be strong. As long as the markets are, decent, I think AMBA is going to go somewhere. If the world just tanks tonight and tomorrow and this week due to, economic or political or whatever uncertainty in the world, that could be a little different, but we face that every day. I could say that every single day, but again, I'm hopeful for tomorrow. So then we have MMS. I do not have a position in this one, but this made our premium picks the other day after that big green candle here. And we're kind of trading sideways a bit. We're still holding above the 13-day EMA. So everything's looking fine there. HDB. So you can see we had our entry up here about 62 and we got in just above it, pulled back, came up through back into initial resistance was here at 62. We had the buy entry point up here at 62 and some change. We cleared that on Thursday. Friday, of course, like the rest of the markets, pulled back. So we're still in that. Then I'll look at CGNX. This one's doing pretty good. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here's CGNX. And let me zooming out. You can see here, why this resistance line was here is because this goes all the way back to August. Actually July, August, September. So definitely wanted to see us break past that, and we did, and now we're flying. So, and then of course, as you can see this week, Monday was strong, pulled back a little bit. Thursday was strong, and then Friday, there we go. So, okay, back what I was saying also about the premium picks list, we stopped out of 2. And they are Pizza, EZZA, Papa John's. And this has already been noted in the premium picks tables. If you go to the website, you'll see it. I noted this, I think, on Friday after close. This thing really didn't do anything after we broke in a new high here. It's kind of traded sideways. I thought we were going somewhere back in here. It failed. And it failed. So came right back down and closed just above our stop. The wick came down and triggered that. And the second one we stopped out on, Lulu. What a bummer. What a disappointment. But that's the way they go. So, I think as of February 1st, a week ago, I think we were in 52 out of 52 premium picks. We'd only stopped out of a dozen. So was I 21%, 22%? So 80% were still in play approximately, 79, 78% still in play. So that's good. Yeah, you're going to get these every once in a while. So we'll keep an eye on this. And, looking at this, it broke through the close beneath the 50. We'll see if we can get back above this and see if we can maybe try to squeeze another play out of it. We got earnings coming up in 17 days on Lulu. So let me jump over, see if anybody has any questions or see who's here real quick. Okay, I see no one there. No questions. Now I know Nayor is here. He's got to be watching because he was just chatting with me and helping me count down the clock. So All right, I'll continue. I know he's probably just standing by, waiting until I wrap things up. Okay. So let me just shoot through a few more of these premium picks that we've gotten into recently and just give a quick update. We already looked at AMBA, MMS, HDB, CGNX. Now let's take a look at UVE. And we got in this late last week. So far, so good on this. So that's still looking good. There's Ross Stores, ROST. It'll pull up here. Man, I tell you what, TradingView's been awfully sketchy lately. Holy smokes, come on. What is going on? Stand by here. Try another. Why is this dragging? Holy cow, what's going on? All right, stand by, folks. Trying to see what kind of technical difficulties we have here. Brother. Okay, let me try this again. Closing that window out. Stand by. Let me pull it back. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Not sure what's going on. Man. All right. Okay. So basically what I was doing is just going to show you a couple more charts here. Let me see if I can get this opened up and see what exactly is going on with this machine. Yeah, I told you before, I used to be a Windows guy. I've had Windows forever. And I suffered and suffered and suffered through the years. And I complained and complained and complained through the years. And it just, I could never ever understand how Microsoft could sell the products that they sell. I mean, there's security wise, they're just full of holes. That's why they got to push updates out every 15 minutes because they're so vulnerable for attack. And it's just poorly written, poorly scripted, poorly everything. And I was stuck and I would always complain about it. And I could never afford an Apple. Well, this year I finally went out, got an iPad, got an iMac, and I still have a Windows laptop, but I don't really use it. Pretty much use it to gather data, recover data that I have on there. But yeah, just here lately, my iMac's been dragging. It's because I didn't get the top of the line $3,000 model, I think. But all right, here. Sorry, I'm had to reboot Safari because it's crawling here. I'm assuming it's a Safari scripting thing in the browser here. Okay, I'm pulling it back up now. Let me make sure I can pull my chart up. So you gotta love the technical difficulties, don't you? I hate it. All right, we're rolling. Okay, it's fast now. Good. Okay, let me go back to screen share. There you are. Okay, so it still says there's no one here. Any questions posted? No, I don't see any questions posted. Okay, well, I'm just going to continue on. I think some of you are waiting for me to open it up to the members and we can get in here and talk. So I'll go quickly here. Okay, so we got into Ross Stores, ROST, looking real well. We got in before earnings on this one. We also got into Ulta, which is pulled back last week. So we're still green on it, and we have earnings coming up in 3 days. Expecting $1.26 per share. I think we'll do fine on that one. I think we'll get a nice pop out of that. But we will see. Cavium, looking good on that one. FLT. Okay, also looking good. And the other one is NXPI. I'm real proud of this one. Yeah, I did real well on this one personally. On this NXPI was going to it came out last Sunday, a week ago, the NXPI was going to purchase Freescale, and this thing just took off. It was up 10% by morning. So a couple things I want to talk about real quickly here. We have a lot of premium picks, you know, and again, when I look for these stocks, I want to find the best stocks. Well, there's only so many best stocks out there. When we're in a lot of them, there's a lot of opportunities to get back in them again. If you missed it the first time, or perhaps if you want to re-enter. But basically, if you just take this away, I'd be looking at getting in here. So VRX is one of those. Okay, let me zoom in here. So you can see, obviously, we got back here on the 30th of January or so. And it's up nicely, about 25, 26%. Now I'm trading sideways a bit here. So I've been looking to see if we can clear this area here, about 204. So kind of the same thing. Let's look for new highs. I like it when it starts trading sideways and it's just knocking on the door, and then it'll do a nice pop through. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. And pretty much the same thing applies. I'll be waiting for it to close up above that a little bit to ensure that. But, you know, again, you know, VRX, we can see this thing's doing fine. You know, we'll see what it does to see if it breaks that or if it decides to pull back further. So anyways, that's just one. Another one, and sorry for all the drawings all over this stuff. But oh, crap. Oh, now I did it. Great. All right. Anyways, SLXP. Okay. Obviously, we're doing this. We got into this a while ago, back in November. But anyways, now we're looking for new highs again. So that's what I'm looking at. I want to see us break above 158. So I'd probably wait for 159, 160. Yeah, probably 159. Anyways, could give us another opportunity. And we had earnings here. What? That's not right. Earnings, Trading View saying the earnings is at a loss of $2.61, and the estimate was 29 cents. That's not right. There's no way. I will find out here. You know, there was something else that I was looking at the other day. I think it was Nayor and I were on. I think we were chatting real quick, and another member, and there was something that I saw that did not look right, and it wasn't. Oh well. Well, anyways, assuming this is still making money, which I'm sure it is, because this is I really doubt they went from making a strong profit and growing to suddenly losing $2.60 a share. We would definitely be seeing it in the chart. So the other one is SHW, Sherwin-Williams. Again, I'm looking for some new highs here, about 290. Love to see it get above that, so we'll keep an eye on that. And then the other one we're looking at here is Serve. It's not really much of a base or a flag here, but you know, it's been treating us well. Like to see it finally pop through that. A couple other plays we might be able to get as far as pullbacks. I'm watching here. Synaptics, Syna, SYNA. I'm watching this one. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can kind of see here. Okay, so yeah, I'm expecting this thing to come back up to 85, 86, and then hopefully break through it and get back into the 90s. But definitely like to see this thing come back down. And it'll probably come down to, let me zoom in, probably come down to about this area, 79, 80, in that range, and hopefully curl back up. Watching that one. That's not it. I didn't even read my writing. It's MCI. That's it. Super. Yeah. Watching this one. You can see I kind of drew the support line in there. Just kind of a short term going back to December. It actually goes back a little bit further, of course, but guy caught that. So, and then the other one is KMX, CarMax. Okay. Now, again, there's nothing here that I really truly see that I'm thinking about entering, but these are just ones I'm watching, you know, because I like to pick the breakouts, but I do like some bottom channel support plays, you know, And I'm kind of hoping that we get this out of this. So either this might come down back to this area here, 52, I'm sorry. We don't really have any moving averages right now for it to find support on, so it might come down. Maybe not. Again, next week's good. Maybe this will turn around and we might have a breakout here in another week or two. So watching that one. And then a couple other ones. Let's shoot through really quick here that I'm keeping an eye on. That's not it. RMD. Yeah. We've already made a new high here. We closed below it though. But it's kind of a funky cup and handle kind of a thing going on. QRVO. Okay, so this is a newer one, but I'm watching this one. I usually don't play IPOs too much, but it's funny I said that, and then was it last January? Weren't there like 5 or 6 on the list that we had that were less than a year old? But anyways, this is they've been around only since the top of the year. So yeah, no telling what we got here, but we might find new highs. So it'd be awfully nice. 75, 73, 78 is the all-time high. So we got Canada Wick way up here. So keeping an eye on that one. I like that one. AC. Okay. Kind of another one here. We climbed up, kind of flagging a bit, and we'll see if we can kind of curl around and find our way back up again. MD, is this it? Yeah. Just some other ones to watch. Then we have LCI. Now, LCI, you might recall, they made the premium list right back here. And I was hesitant to add it to the list, not because I was seeing the breakout here. I was finding new highs. But then, of course, you got to look at the chart in different viewpoints. Look back here and I went to the weekly, and clearly you can see this channel here. Well, we were right here, this breakout, as you can see. Okay. And we got resistance right here. So it really wasn't a real good risk reward setup here just yet. So kind of held off on it. And what do you know? We did come up. I mean, you zoom in again on the daily. We did come up to that area and hit it and pull back. So that's fine. But let's just see it continue up. So we'll be watching this one again. And I want to see it, find new ground here. Let's get above 65 there and take off. So it could have been an earlier play back on, but back here, but it could easily have come back here and just tanked when it came all the way back down to this channel. So because of that, it didn't make the premium list. So, all right. What else do we have? All right. Here's a lot of stuff. I've been sitting here staring at charts all weekend and I have notes everywhere. So, yeah. The other thing I was going to say is just, when you're looking at charts, what I spend a lot of time this weekend doing is I have my lists and I was going through them, and you got to look at the charts, not only on the daily, but make sure you look at the weekly and even the monthly. The monthly charts, it's insane the kind of stories they tell sometimes. And in fact, let me show you a couple here real quick. There's a couple here that have taken shape. Where'd they go here? Couple of take writing. No, let's see here. MLNX. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So, looking at the daily, it's kind of a mess and everything like that, but a little bit cleaner perspective, standing back here and looking at this. Nothing to see here really that I'm looking at. I just, well, apparently there was something. It might have been on the weekly. What I was looking at actually, okay, was this. We kind of pull back, kind of forming this base, and I want to see if we can find new highs. And this is the weekly now, and so I kind of want to see it find new highs there. I can almost draw that back there on the weekly. But either way, that's what I was looking at. And again, it's always good to look back at the monthly, and then you really kind of get an idea of what's starting to take shape here. What do we got going here? So this will fill in as we go. And then the other one was SPF on the monthly. Yeah. Okay, so I like this. We'll see what this can do. So it's currently trading just under 10. And then again, this is the monthly. So looking at this, what do we have for resistance above? You have the 200-month moving average here. It's pretty much the only moving average you have above you. And then where are we at? $30. So on the monthly scale, this pops through here. We can really get some good ground. I mean, you go from 10 up to 12 and then beyond. So let's look at the weekly on it. Okay, so here we are in the weekly. Let me zoom out. Okay, so now you see this. At least I see this. Something like that. Now we're breaking out of that. And let's find some highs here, and this thing will probably take off. That's on the weekly. Sorry, the screen's all small. That's on the weekly. Now, let's take a look at the daily. And we just keep zooming in here. Okay, so here we are. Here's that channel. We finally broke through it. Came up. Now, these lines were drawn on the monthly, so they're not exact when you zoom into the daily. But you get the idea here. I mean, I could probably actually bring that up. Okay, so anyways, came up to that, pulled back. So we'll see what we do now. And if we can clear this, if we can get into the nines, if we can hit $10, I think this thing will just go. So I'm kind of watching it. And yeah, let me see here. CR. Let me see what this one is. Oh, on the monthly, it's nothing. Okay, here's the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Okay, this is another one. INCR. It's kind of interesting one. It's been climbing, pull back, climbing, flagging a little bit here. Let's see what this does here. So this is the daily. So it's at $30.28 right now. And then the other one is LNK. This one's pretty interesting as well. This is on the daily again. Okay, so we're starting to find new highs here. We're starting to climb. Let me look at the weekly, and this will take a little bit better shape here. Okay, so here we are now. So, well, you could say that we probably already closed above the previous bodies there. Yeah, it was requested also on the charts here to make the price side over here bigger so you can read it. I could not find where to do that. I've gone through it all, and I don't see how I can do that in this platform. I apologize. Anyways, this is showing I could probably make that bigger. I can make that bigger. It's going to be all big and funky now. So, okay, that might help. The pivots here. So, it was 53.48. So we're currently closed at 48.54. So, yeah, that's on the weekly. And then again, let's give a look at the monthly. Looking pretty good, huh? What do you think? I don't know. I like it. Okay, so that's that. So let's go back. All right, I'm going to. Oh, wait. Where are you, Nayor? Okay. Yes, Nayor. All right, let me see this. Yes, Nayor, I'm going to invite you right now. So, okay, everybody. So real quick, for those who are watching this, I've gone through my agenda, hopefully pretty quickly, in about a half an hour. That's great. So if you have any questions, definitely ask questions over there on the right-hand column there, the questions and answers. Now that I'm done talking, this is the time that we open it up for our members to come on and talk stocks, look at charts, talk about other things. So I'm going to do my invites now. And we'll start with all right, I'm trying to invite you in there, but okay, let me do this. Oh, never mind. That's me calling myself. Sorry. Okay, Nayor, check your thing. And I gotta write your name in. Hopefully that's you. I just invited. Okay. Hey, Naor, if that's Naor, if that was you, I just invited. Go ahead and join. If that's not you, you didn't get the invite. Let me know. Okay. I got to see if I even have Ren here. Okay. Let me add a couple more people here. Now I'm about ready to throw this Google thing out the window. You have all your friends on, you have all these people in your circles and that on Google, and then you go to invite them, they're not in there. You know, what is up with that? It doesn't tell you who's in your circles either. All right. So Naor, you obviously didn't get the message. You did not get the invite. Okay. Hold on. I need to go and find my other address book, I guess here. Stand by, folks. Naor joined. Okay, did you get the... Yes, he did. Okay.
Hey, Eric, can you invite Ren?
I got to find his email address. I already sent invites out, so either he's not responding or I got to send him a direct invite. And I need to find Ryder.
Is there a way to link him, maybe? Oh, I think I found it. One moment. How did you find him last time?
I didn't. I think it opened it up, and it's open to the public. I mean, if anybody has the link.
Okay, I think I gave him the link.
All right.
Oh, is you.
Oh my god, hold on. What the hell? Fuck.
All right, I gotta mute. Okay.
How do we know you're a magician? Just check. Oh, write my name on a piece of cake, put it in a box.
There it is. Cool.
All right, hey, you got headphones?
He said, put it under my desk.
He doesn't have headphones. All right, he doesn't have headphones. I don't think he can hear. I can hear his TV though really loud. Are you still there? Let me hold on. They are.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, do you have headphones? Your TV's on really loud. Where'd he go? Hey, Ren.
Can you shut the TV?
Yeah, hold on. My bad.
There we go.
Everything's in like Israel language, Jerusalem.
Hebrew?
Hebrew. Yes,
Yeah.
I can't read anything because I got the link from nowhere.
Well, you know, it's funny because
It's
I
time
had
to
to cut
learn.
and paste his name in the invite, and then there's a bunch of other Naors with the same name. That's the last invite I sent. I wasn't sure if I sent it to him or not. But
Oh, the two nails signed under my name.
no, I mean it's just if you just typed John Smith, it didn't link it to you necessarily. It
Oh,
searched
okay.
everybody with your name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't stay too long. I gotta work in the morning pretty early.
Oh, okay.
Um,
What did you type there, Naor? It's in Hebrew.
Shalom.
Shalom?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. All right, Naor, is there something you wanted to take a look at, or?
Yeah, I have updated my watch list. One moment. About this one first.
All right. This one, Imos.
Imos.
Let's see. Earnings in 3 days. So this is one you're looking at?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me jump to look at the monthly. It's been doing good. Boy, look at that. Back there in 2009, it was all the way down to under $1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're up here. Let's look at the weekly. Okay. Found new ground there, pulled back. Almost hit the 100-week line there. Still climbing a bit. Let's see if we can find new highs. Let's go back and look at the daily. Going back here real quick, I also can see, where'd it go? We're just holding the 50-week line there, the gold line. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're just under, now we're on the daily chart, so the purple is the 100, I'm sorry, that's a 200-day line. So you thinking of going long on this or short?
Yes,
No.
definitely.
All right. Is there a certain entry point you're looking for? Are you thinking about getting in right away before earnings or after earnings?
200 MA, it's all pretty strong. The 200 MA.
Can you speak up a little bit more?
1 moment. Can you see the 200 MA?
Yeah, it's the purple.
Moving average. I mean, it's holding it pretty strong, so it
Yeah.
might be a good entry now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can put a stop just underneath it. And then are you going to wait for earnings or are you going to try to get in before?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
3 days.
I mean, I might play it before. I don't know.
So it says the 12th.
But yeah.
Estimate is 41 cents.
Oh, the earnings are good.
Well, that's the estimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the last quarter, their earnings were 62 and they were estimating 48. So it beat it last time, but then it went down. Another one of those.
Nah, I don't want to play earnings. No.
Well, you know, if earnings are good and this thing starts moving, at least it'll give you a little momentum behind you, possibly, and, you know, push it in the right direction. You know?
Yeah. So you suggest to wait for the earnings?
Well, I don't normally play earnings. So, of course, I myself personally would say, you know, I mean, unless you're really confident that the company's probably going to do well. But like I said also the other night, you know, you can always kind of scale in. So let's say you wanted to play with $1,000. You could throw $200 at it right now. Just throw a little bit in there. And if, you know, and then if it does go the wrong way, then you only risked a little bit. If it does go the right way, well, then you have a little bit of jump on it, and then you could add more after earnings. You just don't have to throw 100% at it before earnings. You can always throw in a third or half or 10% or whatever it may be. Just play a little bit.
We have this. You can do one of wins. No.
Yeah, what do you got, Ren?
Well, see this past week, Abercrombie and Fish had earnings, and I played puts on that, expecting it to go down to 18. That's my goal, is for it to hit 18 this week, by the end of this week, and I just wanted to see. ANF is the
ANF.
word for it, yeah. That's my goal for ANF, is to hit 18 this week.
So
See
did you
how
get
it
in
does.
before this big drop here, or did you get in during it, or Oh, that's
During
it.
the drop, yeah.
Yeah, that's right at earnings. Okay. Wow. So, seems like I had a question for you about puts. What the heck was it?
It's kind of like shorting almost, but it's like an option.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much like shorting almost.
So an option, if you're out of the money, can you sell for what it's worth, or you cannot?
Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Even though it's going to be obviously a lot less, but I mean, for some reason along the line with options, I got the idea in my head that if it was out of the money, you're pretty much out of luck.
Oh, I
Either
mean,
it
it depends how
expires.
much time you have. Yeah, if it expires this week and it's like $3 out of the money, I mean, it's worth maybe .05.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, in that
if
case, but if you're down, you're out of the money and it's down, and say you're at 50% out, and you're out of the money, you can still sell that. You're going to obviously selling it at a discount, but you can still
basically, yeah.
salvage what you can. Okay.
And if people doing technicals like this can predict the stock where it's going to go the next couple dollars, they can buy out the money now, $2 out, and then when it does hit that $2, I mean, you can buy at a discount price basically right now, like buy the hundreds of them, or if you wanted to, and
Yeah.
at a real discount price. Once it hits that spot though, and you're making such big profit, it's insane how much profit you can make off these. But that's how it is though. It's a risk every time. Like I mean, that's why I don't do ER really anymore. Like I did this one ER and it didn't go one way or the other.
Mhm.
It just kind of stood around. Like with Best Buy is what I did with that, and it was at 38.50s when I got in. I did a strangle on it so that it would. So that if it went down too much or if it went up too much, then it would still come out with a profit.
Yeah.
But it only went up by $1 to 39.50, and so what I had paid for the premium prices originally were how would I say are worth more. Like all the premium prices the day before the earnings report, they're worth a lot more. So when you buy them then, unless you're expecting a big move, it's not a smart move to buy them then. I didn't realize that until playing Best Buy. I didn't realize the premium prices were more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. So when you enter the contract there, you buy out of the money?
Usually that's what I can afford, yeah. Because I try to get my goal, and what I do is try to buy 10 contracts, for for as little as I can, but in a reasonable distance from that. Like I don't want to buy 10 impossible moves, but possible moves are like 50 or 60% chance, from what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Like ANF, is something I played. I got about 8 of those. I got 8 puts on those to hit 18 by next week, by March week 3, basically. So I'm expecting it to hit at least 1850 or low 19s this week, so I can make some profit off it, basically.
Yeah, well, I would say if the market takes a dump tomorrow, which it could, I mean, you could definitely see that. I mean, the markets. I mean, if the markets are deeply red tomorrow, regardless of what world news, political, economic, whatever, the markets are red tomorrow. Yeah, this thing could easily just drop on down. I mean, it could drop quick. It could definitely do that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just know it hit 5,000 on Nasdaq recently. Everybody's been You know, it's been green for a while, so I was expecting the dump to be a little heavier than normal.
Yeah. So you so when your account there, so you have a margin account at your brokerage, or you don't need to have margin if you're gonna buy puts.
No,
Right.
it doesn't. No.
Okay.
It's another put I got going on.
Which one? Oh, you've been writing it down. Oh, let's see. JOY. Oh, it was earnings.
Oh, the ice creams are fucking great.
What? Ice cream?
Yeah.
You're eating ice cream right now?
No, not right now, but in general, the Joyce ice creams.
Oh.
Awesome.
That's funny. All right. Well, yeah. So Ren, I've been reading into options a little bit here and kind of studying on them a little bit. So, is he even still here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ryder was supposed to be here. I thought Sheila was supposed to be here. Oh, there went Ren. Maybe he got booted or disconnected.
Yeah.
And whatever happened to Ryder?
Who knows?
Well, he over some stuff yesterday. We were going to do it today. He was sick last week, and I thought for sure he'd be here now. But So you got anything else going on?
Yep. This one.
Where? What else do you have? You have anything?
I messaged SCHW.
Oh yeah, CHW. Oh, this is the weekly. Okay, I like the weekly chart. Look at that. It looks good. And here we go here. Interesting. Better write that one down.
I want it up. I want it to break out of this resistance.
Yeah, sure looks like it. I mean, even look how it performed last week while the rest of the markets. I mean, look how it did Friday.
So there is hope.
Look at the volume. I don't know if you can see my chart. This is TradingView, man. TradingView's been giving me troubles. There's no way the volume was that low on Friday. You see that?
I don't know.
Well, either way. Yeah, interesting play here. Again, look at the weekly. I like it. There's monthly.
Ooh.
So, you break above 31. Next area of resistance would be 39s.
Yeah.
40. Still.
Oh,
That's on the monthly. So, I mean, that might... How long is it going to take?
So many dividends. Wow.
Yeah. Let me jump. Yeah, it pays dividends. I just saw it down here. Let me see. 6 cents. Yeah, it's 6 cents.
Nah, 6 cents. That's not much.
It's at 0.2%. Huh.
What will you do with this one?
Which one is it? Which one?
What will you do with this one?
Oh, with Schwab here?
Yeah, Schwab.
Well, looking at it here, I mean, same kind of thing. I would wait till Monday and see where we are Monday. We're obviously going to be closing above the 30. Well, we closed it. Okay, so we closed it. The close here. Sorry, the close is okay. 31.05. I thought that was after hours too. So yeah, we're above 31. I would call that a go in my book. Okay, there's our 31 back here. So yeah, I would think it Monday if Monday's green and this thing starts moving, I'd get in and probably in the first pullback.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, assuming the markets are green, of course you want to make sure that's in your favor. I mean, that's the thing with buying intraday is, I always worry about getting a day. I mean, like Friday here, this thing went all the way up here to 31 and then pulled back. And I'd hate to find a day here like Monday and it takes off running and you buy in and then it pulls back and closes beneath and then you're the guy sitting up here at the top of this wick. But I mean, whatever. I mean, you can't, that's what the market's going to do. That's what the market's going to do. But that's why I like to see it close up above resistance here, and we're just above it. But if the markets are green and this thing starts moving, yeah, I'd wait for a pullback, either on the 15-minute perhaps, or if you really wanted to, probably wait on the probably 15-minute. Might take you mid-morning to get a dip, but yeah. And I haven't looked at the financials. Let me see what it says here. Okay, so yeah, it's rated a B, so it's kind of average. It's not very strong in earnings or price performance, but
But
they
they have a nice trend. I mean, check the weekly again.
Yeah, here's the
Yeah,
weekly.
this trend doesn't lie.
Well, it's ready to go if you ask me. I mean, it's yeah.
It would be a shame if it goes to the support area again.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
RSI looks good, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, especially on the weekly. So, but you get higher lows.
Yeah, lows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I mean, this is the typical setup I love. This is the same setup that so many of our premium picks are successful on. Are the breakouts.
Higher lows? Higher lows? What kind of setup?
Oh, well, just kind of more of the breakout. They call it different things, a flat base, a flat top, ascending triangle. Pretty much when the stock comes up and hits resistance, bounces off, it hits resistance, and it knocks on the door 2 or 3 times, and it finally breaks on through. You see it comes up to 31 here,
Okay.
bounces off, hits 31 again, bounces off, hits 31 again. Yeah. This pattern here, and with this low right here, it doesn't really make a very strong ascending triangle, but here's another one that I remember seeing. I think it was this one. Yeah, you can kind of see here. So this is bib. So it went up to 358, pulled back, hit it again, hit it again, hit it again, and then you see it just kept knocking.
Oh yeah.
And it finally punches through. So, I mean, just here in the last, this is a weekly, so in the last 5 weeks, it went from 350 up to...
The pattern called triple top reversal, but usually it reverses the trend. So in our
Yeah.
case, it's a continuation.
Yeah, the triple top would essentially be the failure here. If it came up in the third time, it said, okay, that's enough, and we fail.
Yeah, the triple top failed.
Yeah, and if it were to bounce off and fail, but that's kind of what I like about this ascending base here. This isn't a really good example, but this is one on the weekly I remember. But as it goes, it'll come down and just bounce between this and get tighter and tighter. And some of them you'll see they're all the way down to here, and you're like, oh, which way is it going to go? And sometimes it just tanks, or it goes the other way. But it just tends to consolidate and tighten up as it gets into this wedge tighter and tighter.
This stock is too expensive though.
It's too expensive?
Yeah, I mean, $400 a share.
Well, if you're going to throw $5,000 at it, you want to get your 5,000 back. Doesn't matter how many shares it is, does it? You just want to get your money plus more back.
Yeah, I guess.
But look at this thing though. Like on this day, I don't have the range pulled up.
Yes, sending triangle success.
But the range, boy, this thing can swing quite a few bucks in one day. Here this day, it essentially went $350 to $400. It swung $50 that day.
Yeah, this candlestick is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
We have CERU.
CELU.
CERU.
CRU?
Yeah, R. No, CERU.
Oh. Okay, let me go to the daily. Oh, this it?
Mm-hmm.
Cerulean.
Yep.
Well, that's a flat top. Look at that. Wow. It didn't want to go above 825 at all, does it?
Nope.
Wow.
I like the resistance, but it looks like it wants to try to break it again. So
Yeah, well, his earnings in 3 days.
Yes.
Estimates a loss.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's another after the earnings play, I guess.
Yeah. I would think if this thing clears 825, resistance is strong there.
Yeah.
Well, if you're above it, then that's the kind of support you want underneath it, right?
Yeah. We have NOC. NOC.
NOC. Oh, Northrop Grumman. All right. This looks pretty good for a support play. If you can get it to come off the 50-day moving average here.
Yeah, I thought so.
Let's see here. So it's about 160. Yeah, that could be a good play. Let it come back up to 170 at least. Yeah, this one's rated a B too. Cool. Look at the weekly. Yeah, I like the daily. I like it's coming back here. We'll see if it comes down here to the 50 and 50-day, and hold support off it and see if we can get a bounce out of it. Wouldn't want to see it break through, though. Let's see. This is one I'm watching. ALXN, Alexion Pharmaceuticals.
Consider taking the Series 7 exam of the brokers and
Oh,
become.
no.
Why not?
No, I just I don't want to work for a broker. I mean, all they do is sell products, you know.
No, I mean you can create your own office ladder after a while.
Yeah, you got to work under a broker for like.
Yeah, you can work under a broker firm. You don't like it?
Yeah, but that's what you have to do at first. So you get your license, and
Yeah,
then you got to go work for a broker, and then all they have you do is sales calls for the first few years. And all you're doing is selling.
There's an alternative, you know. I mean, you can open up your own broker firm and then get a license and then just shut it down after you get a license and go work as a broker.
Yeah, no, I never really had much interest in that, actually. You know, I've studied a lot of finance, and I got my graduate and undergraduate degrees in business. But that's,
Oh, really? You have degrees in business?
yeah, I got my MBA and then undergraduate. But it, you know, it's what they teach you in college. They don't teach you this stuff. You know, I mean, they teach you corporate finance and, you know, of course, accounting. But they teach you the same old crud that they, you know, teach everybody else to do with their money. You know, play it safe and put your money in a 401k or a retirement fund, and you know, it's all garbage. You know, I just don't buy into it.
Economics helps more. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's just all they do is, you know, the joke is they call them a stockbroker because they're broker than you are. They don't know they know how to sell stuff, and they watch CNBC. I mean, they're just like, they don't really have any extra knowledge or anything. They don't keep an eye on the markets as close as we do. Maybe some of them.
yeah, about the good ones, really. I mean,
It's just no way. I mean, because my family has an actual money manager follow their accounts and all that, and he's some young kid, and I'm like, you know, what are you going to do if the markets turn and do this? And oh, he'll tell us what to do, and he has thousands of clients. I'm like, thousands of clients, and they like, that's a good thing. I said, so you'll be number one on the phone call. You'll be the first one he calls, or the last one he calls. Oh, you know what I mean? It's.
but
I don't
what
know.
what if you became a broker? I mean, would you be like the others?
Be like who?
Like those you speak about.
Mm,
That
I would actually find more interest in managing a fund than selling funds, I guess.
you
You know,
don't. I mean, you can manage rich people's money.
well, I mean, but stockbrokers, and they go work for these brokerages, all they do is sell them. You know, what they used to do is the brokerages would make money, and they still do, but every time you buy or sell, they make commissions. Okay, and so I remember, you know, when I was a teenager, I'd watch the markets every day, and with my grandfather, and he had a lot of he had a big portfolio and a lot of different things,
No.
and so we watched the markets every morning. And so even as a kid, I had a pretty good idea what was going on. I had an idea. And so let's say if Boeing stock was down today, right, because of this and that, and it was down like 15%, okay? Well, then the broker would call my grandfather and tell him, you need to sell, you need to get out, you need to get out. And he would say, well, why? Oh, it's getting ready to tank and you got to sell. So they want him to sell his, $20,000, and they would charge hundreds of dollars to sell. And then they'd say, we think you should get into, like you said, Noke, Northrop Grumman, get into there. And so there's another few $100s they'd make on that. And then Northrop Grumman would trade for a little while, and then a month later they'd call and they'd say, okay, we think you need to move this now. And so they were just moving the stuff around. Every time they moved it, they made several $100s off him.
Your grandfather made as well, no? I mean, both sides earn money.
Oh, well, quite a bit. But he had it in different places. I mean, they weren't having him move everything, but if he had, let's say, 50,000 in this stock, they'd call up and say you need to move it. And so,
man, why didn't you buy like 1,000 shares of Apple?
Oh, I don't think Apple was around back then. If Apple was around back then, it was this was 25 years ago. I mean, less than that or more than that. But no, he was more conservative with it. But I mean, but that's the thing is that that's where they made their money. They didn't know anything about the news. They didn't know. They don't watch it all. They don't keep up on it. They're too busy selling. They really don't watch your portfolio. And then they would call up and they'd say, we think you want to do this, this annuity or get into this fund or that fund. And they really don't, they're not selling it based on your interest. They're selling it so they can get their commissions.
But there are people who take like 8% of the earnings, so they have an interest to earn for you more.
8%?
Yeah, like 8%.
Over here, it's like, now they only charge like 2%.
2%?
Yeah, but then they have fees in there. See, that's the problem, is that with taxes...
I guess it depends on the quality of the broker.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I guess that just hasn't really got much of an interest to me. I have friends who want me to manage their money. Just straight up. Here, I'll give you my login and password. Go in and get to work. I'll give you 20%. Of the profits.
You refuse?
I haven't done it yet, but I mean, I'm just saying that there's people out there though. But that's just a crazy thing. Is so many people don't ever do the homework and study the markets. I mean, even a basic understanding of money to understand how the dollar works and how and I don't even call myself an expert in it or anything like that. I like to be aware and learn. But there's some people who don't have an absolute clue, and they have a lot of money, and they'll hand it over to anybody. And then, unfortunately, those kind of people get ripped off, or they lose their shirts. And the broker's like, sorry, the market went down 45% this month. It's, you have, as the account holder, you carry all the risk. The broker, he gets all the fees and commissions if it makes money, but he has no risk. So, of course, he wants to do well, but if it tanks, whatever, he doesn't lose anything.
Yeah, but he wants to earn. That he has no interest to lose you the money on purpose. I mean, why would he?
Oh, no, I agree. I wouldn't say on purpose, no. But, yeah, I don't know. It's, I don't know. Nothing I've really ever got interested in though.
Are you still a firefighter?
Yeah, doing emergency management. So, I pretty much do disaster planning and response for the city, and I do that. I've been doing that for a while too. So.
I heard the minimum wage in Washington was increased to $15. Is that correct?
It's not right now. I think it's at like 9 right now. but I think it's in the legislature right now. The governor wants to raise it to 12 something.
I thought it was 20.
Seattle, city of Seattle, the city bumped theirs up to 15.
Seattle is expensive, no?
Seattle, yeah, they're a wreck. There's businesses shutting down all over the place up there. Seattle will be a ghost town. Yeah.
You wanna check LMT and KFY?
Oh, I forgot to hit screen share. I was already looking at LMT. Let me see here. Hold on.
Okay.
LMT, here we go. Can you see it?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this looks good too. See if we can get it off here. Here's the 50-day. Pretty much hugs that pretty good. This pays a dividend, $1.50. So.
Yeah, also RSI looks almost oversold.
Yeah, the RSI. Yeah, see, I told you about indicators. Sometimes I watch them, so I just added the RSI on here and I took the Stoke off. Because now I'm going to watch this one for a little while.
Well, I like RSI. It's most of the time accurate.
Yeah, so so here's the RSI. Yeah, now we're beneath 50. Yeah, this could be a good play too. We're going to have, as far as the premium picks and the watch list, we're going to have a lot of plays that look like this coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, just from the markets, I mean, going back here, we're going to have a lot of stocks that have come down, and we're going to be able to find some support plays off them as they move forward. Just kind of,
damn it, market's going down.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the S&P. Now the NASDAQ looks a little better.
Dude, I cannot short. Come on, that's not fair.
Then look at the Dow. That was worse.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, investors, business, they follow the broad market and the big picture, as they call it, and they've finally said the markets are under pressure.
Dude, I really don't mind, but let me short. Come on. That's not cool. Oh.
Well, it's funny was, like, I know that's one thing that you could do as far as short, and you don't need a margin account, though, is if you were to do the put options.
Oh, my broker won't let me do options as well.
Really?
Yeah, I have to be 21 years old.
Oh.
Age limitation. I have no idea why.
Is that a law in your country?
No, it's interactive brokers.
Oh. And you have a couple years to go. Right?
No, I might move to another broker. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I really want to short and use margin. And day trade. No, day trade I need 25s. Never mind. But yeah.
Yeah, and the margin, though, I'm not a big fan of margin. I mean, I suppose, you want to use all the leverage you can, but I'm not seeking margin account, but with the trade options, though, you don't need a margin account.
But when
again,
you play with the amount of money I do, the settle funds rule, that's kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing with options. It only settles in one day.
Yeah, in one day. I know, but I'm not gonna play options. It's too risky for me.
Okay.
I really don't want to do it.
Well, I was saying, though, that's one way. If you didn't want to do margins or shorting, that's one way you could buy a put, and it's the same thing as shorting, except it's just a fraction, and you get the gain.
Yeah, but you can't really set a stop loss in options. That's way harder.
Yeah.
My call might be wrong. It might somehow go up, and then I want to get out. And
Yep.
much harder than options.
Yep. So, What was the other one you had?
KFY.
KFY?
Yeah, KFY.
Corn Ferry? Let's
Corn
take.
Ferry.
Let's look at the weekly. I bet that looks pretty interesting. Oh yeah. What's a corn ferry?
I have no idea.
Yeah, this looks pretty interesting too. Here's the monthly. So at one time had gotten as high as 44. So what was the one we were just looking at? It was like this. Was it it was trading between 30 and 40, or had a area there. Oh, and this has earnings tomorrow.
Yep.
Interesting. Cool, man. You got any more?
No, not really.
All right. Yep, I think Ryder might be taking a break for a little bit.
Why did you lose or something?
He was not a lot of money. He was doing a lot of paper trading, and that's one good thing though. He was doing a lot of is just playing. He's not afraid to play on paper, and it actually ended up being the right strategy for him this time because I think a couple of his strategies it just didn't work out for him, and probably like a lot of us have done, he got pretty discouraged. But it's a good thing he's on paper and not with big dollars. But
Losing paper is forbidden.
is what?
I don't like to lose papers.
Oh, well, I mean, when I started out, I lost a lot of money, and then that's when I said I got to figure this stuff out. So that's when I switched to paper for years. Just to,
When I started, Baba came out and I bought the iPod Spice and they doubled my money.
oh wow, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I figured that a lot of people dive right in with thousands of dollars and they're broke by 6 months. I just didn't want to be that guy. So
Do you have
cool,
any
man.
good stocks for Monday? You said you reached a lot.
Yes, I do. Where is it here? I still have to post it. Which one was it? I looked at a lot of stocks today. Let me see here. Hold on.
Which one looks the most promising to you?
Let me see here. I'm trying to see. I have all these notes everywhere here. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go back through it again. I have 50 symbols typed out here. I spent more time putting my list together. What the heck is that? My watch list together here for this, and I didn't write down the. There's actually there's a couple re-entries that we could be doing on the premiums if you missed out on one. Like I said, one is it's not ready yet. VRX I'm looking at. It's ready for another entry, secondary entry. Ulta here. We'd come up, broke the resistance, and again, it seems like about a third of the time we come up and then we pull back to support, and then we take off again. So I'd be curious to see if we've made our final pullback, and now we launch.
So if it's green tomorrow, you're gonna enter?
Maybe. I don't know. We got earnings also in 3 days on Ulta.
Oh fuck.
But just
earnings. This earnings really annoying me.
yeah. I know. Whenever there's a good setup, and there's earnings right there.
Yes.
What was it?
Damn it.
Crud. Here's another one to watch. SPN. I don't recall the fundamentals, the financials here, but hopefully it doesn't make one of these moves where it trades sideways, forms a base, and then fails. But I notice here we're starting to creep up a bit. Can you see this one? Yeah. Now we're kind of forming a base again here, so maybe this could get back up to this range. I don't know.
You had like double bottom reversal there?
Yeah, perhaps. I just kind of see this. It's been trading sideways here for a bit. That's what's got my eye.
No, I mean they had double bottom reversal in the past. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at the weekly here. It might show it a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, so here's a double bottom over here. And here, this one's a little tighter. Yeah, looking at the weekly, you'd call that a double bottom reversal there. Yeah.
So what you gonna do with this one? What is your plan?
Oh, I'm just saying that I'd like to see it. Let me zoom out. Just get above this area here. I just noticed we're kind of have some resistance in this area, and we're kind of, I kind of think as it's just it's knocking on the door. It's building up energy. More it trades sideways and tight like that, more it wants to pop.
So you gonna post all your picks before the market opens?
Oh yeah, I'll be doing them here in a minute.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I know I have at least one.
I haven't checked it.
Yeah, I didn't have any Thursday or Friday. I mean, the markets were down. I don't know if you heard me in the video. It's like, yeah, the markets were obviously down. Well, Wednesday, Thursday, no, I didn't have any picks at all. I'm pretty sure, and I can't just. I don't want to just throw a pick out there just to throw a pick out there. You know what I mean? Because there's sometimes when the market's too choppy, we won't have one. And yeah, it was 2 days in a row there. Wednesday, Thursday night, we didn't have one. So, I mean, again, on Friday, the markets closed really down. And I know I saw one today. I saw one today that looked good. I got to find it. But it's in one of my 200 stocks here, so I got to go through them again.
Okay. Wow, what is this huge stop lose?
This one here?
Yeah.
This is Western Alliance Wall. This was a premium pick here a couple weeks ago, and it's just been kind of trading sideways.
Flat.
Yeah. Let's check this one out. This is after earnings. Beat earnings, and it just gapped down that much from 41. Jeez, and it went all the way down to 33. So, and it beat earnings. This could be a bottom play if you like those.
Wow.
WX.
Do you have premium for TradingView?
No, I've never really needed it.
Oh, really? So I didn't know there is a watch list option there.
Yeah, on the right.
Wow, didn't see that.
Yeah. You can add and subtract from it. Yeah, it gives you headlines. And then there's these other buttons. There actually is an alert here to them. And then fundamentals here. And then here is, if you click, can you see, is it off the screen? Can you see my little cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hot lists, this kind of gives you the percent advances, volume leaders of the day. This doesn't update very well throughout the day. I mean, it does sometimes, but it's not, hot and running all day. And then the one cool feature that I like about this is with this. Let me find a good one here. Let's see here. Well, I guess CGNX. So when you have a chart, are you on TradingView at all?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So if you have a chart you like and all that, and you say, okay, you come down here, it says publish idea. Have you done that yet?
Nope.
Okay, so what it does is, so I usually do this too. So if I say, okay, this, I really like this stock, and I hit publish idea, and it pops up a window, and it says, what do you like about it, and all this and that, and then it saves it. What it saves it as is, I'll pull it up here. It saves it as a file or an image here, okay? Well, and so this was when CGNX made the premium list, okay? So here was the resistance, and we finally cleared above it, closed above it, okay? And so it takes a picture, and that way I can see what it was I was looking at when I made the pick. That's good, right? If you want to be able to look.
There's the bat pattern.
The bat pattern?
Yeah, don't you know that?
Probably. I've seen it a million times. I've never studied it.
Same. I just.
Oh yeah, I know. That's
by watching others doing that.
Yeah, I forget what they call it. But anyways, what's really cool about this thing is over here. Okay, so this was saved, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, 7 days ago. So if you come over here and hit the load button, it goes back and then it adds the candles after I saved it. Yeah, after I saved it. And then it goes and it adds the candles. So you can kind of go back and you can see, again, what you're looking at beforehand, and then here's what it did.
Oh, nice.
So I know we got some other good ones in here. I mean, yeah, so, NXPI, that was a good one. Okay, so so there's our earnings. So this is what we were looking at when it made the premium picks list.
But you cannot really use TradingView for intraday trading. It has a huge delay.
Yeah, if it says it doesn't give you intraday, but it will update sometimes. I mean, it's sketchy. If you pay for it, then yeah, you're probably going to get it.
Really?
Yeah, they do have intraday charting and all that. I mean, you can pull up the 1 minute chart. Here's the 1 minute chart on WX. You can't really see it that well, obviously, but now it's already killing me. Anyway, so here's BlackBerry in the 1 minute chart, and this will populate as it moves along. And I've seen this in real time too. I don't pay for it. So, well, that's the daily. Sorry, it didn't let me do the.
That's a beautiful candle, though.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways. Okay, yeah, here's VRX on the 1 minute chart.
Oh.
See, so.
It does double. No.
Yeah, there's the hourly.
Oh. Hourly.
So. Well, cool, man. I better get to work. If I need to get this the premium pick up there, I gotta find it.
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, I'll post it here. It should be here in a few minutes.
Likely. Keep in touch.
All right, man. Hey, thanks. Have a good night or good morning.
Good night, man. Bye.
See ya. Bye.